And Carlos, some solid outing, 6-0 win for the team and progress in the FA VASE.
Good performance today. Yeah, the result we wanted, and hopefully now we can embark on another journey, which will be similar to the FA Cup for us, and look forward to seeing who we pull now in the next round.
Going into the game, similar levels in terms of both sides, but it was very clear from earlier on that AFC were very much the more dominant side.
Yeah, when you look at the form and the league tables, I think we knew that we were going to be playing against a side who were coming off the back of some struggling form. But as anyone else, you know, they come in with a chance, and if we're sloppy and we're not about our business, and we let teams get a foothold in the game, it really doesn't matter what level they're from. You can be in for a difficult afternoon's work. And today, after around 4 minutes or so, when we settled, we really did assert ourselves, which is what we'd asked the boys to do. And the cream rose to the top, if you like, and I think we were very, very dominant and really showed our class against the side from a comparable level.
Obviously, Marco Adagio getting a hat-trick will get a lot of the headlines, but a word on Rico Taylor, who in recent weeks has been playing out of position in left-back in more familiar territory today. Yeah,
I mean, firstly, Rico, he's happy playing left-back. It was a challenge that he's embraced. And it's something that interests him, and he's listening to us, and it certainly won't be the last time we see Rico playing at left back. I think he could be our left back if that's what he wants, and that's what injuries and availability dictate. But today, as a left winger, fantastic, really expressive. One of those games where anything really that he kind of tried came off, and really the shackles came off for him today, and he played with a lot of freedom and a lot of flair. And he's, I'd pay money to watch Rico Taylor play football, playing like that. He's worth the admission fee, and it's great when you see lads expressing themselves like that and playing with the freedom.
Watching across the 90 minutes, there seemed to be an awful lot of fluency across the middle of the park, regardless of the personnel that were on the pitch, and that seemed to be very much a feature of the game today.
Yeah, I'd like to think that's our hallmark. It's something that we're working hard on. I thought on Tuesday against Ashby we were very, very slick through our midfield three. That was something that I wanted to continue today, albeit we asked a little twist on that to be that one of them gets closer to Marco. But the tempo was the same, and we moved the ball well, we moved the ball sharply, we're very, very comfortable in possession. We look to spread the play through our full-backs and our wide men, and we're developing a nice style about us now, and we're warming into the season, I think, quite well.
There's quite a lot of form developing for individual performances, but we also got a cameo appearance from our two new recruits today, Nathaniel and Ryan. How do you think they got on today? Yeah,
very well. He's got a little bit of work to do with his fitness and his conditioning, and that stems from not playing for 7 months. But Nathaniel Keynes is a top player, and Nathaniel Keynes not having played football for the last 7 months is silly, really. It's a loss to non-league football, because he's a very, very good player, and he should still be playing football. It's you're a long time retired, and I think that he's realised that, and he's got friends here now and wants to be part of it. So we will invest in him, and he'll get minutes, and he'll work hard, I'm sure, on his conditioning and his fitness in his own time. And we've acquired a really, really terrific footballer there. Ryan Seal has come in for this week to have a look at us and for us to have a look at him. A player I wanted in the summer, was a priority signing. He's a young man doing well in the game and wants to play the best level he can. It was on that basis that he didn't come in the summer, wanted to stay at step 5 or go up to step 4. Not really enjoyed his football so far this season, so he's coming with us, and I hope that we can entice him to stay. I think that he'd be fantastic for us. The positions he picks up off the front while still doing a lot of defensive work, I think he'd be great for Marco. I think he'd be great for the team. I think he'd score a lot of goals. I think he'll improve Marco's output goals-wise, as difficult as that would be to do. And I think that he could really be the catalyst for our season kicking off. We hope he chooses to stay with us.
Touching on Marco, obviously a hat-trick today. By his standards, maybe over the last few games, he's not scored as many goals as he normally would, but that's now 5 goals in 2 games, so very much back on form. Yeah,
Marco's not a concern, but we've isolated him, and it's been an issue. It's been a concern of mine. It was why I brought Jordan Adat in, because I felt that we needed to have a shape where somebody plays in that number 10 role, and with Jordan coming into the football club, it was Marco that came into that area. It's not something that really Marco wanted to do. Jordan wasn't our player, Marco is, so we prioritised our players' happiness, and that's why Jordan left the club. But then that left us still with Marco playing a centre forward and 3 orthodox midfielders probably playing too deep off him. So it's an area for concern, and that's why we've gone and brought in Ryan Seal. And I think that when you get someone closer to Marco and the game gets strung out through our banks a little bit more, Marco gets more service, more ball, more chances, and consequently he scores more goals, and I think that'll be evidence as we go on.
A notable feature again of the team today was a lot of smiles on faces, led by Javier Roberts. I'm sure there's not a point when he's not smiling, but he also had a very good performance today.
Brilliant, fantastic. Again, I love working with Javi. He's a happy soul. We've actually had an approach for Javi this week from another football club, quite a distance away. I've got to talk to Javi now to have a little chat with him about his future. Hope he stays with us. He's a wonderful player, really enjoying working with him. We're giving him information about what we want from him as a winger, and we've been banging on about him going on the outside of his fullback, coming across the fullback, winning penalties. He's done it in the second half. I think we're improving him as a player. Desperate that Javier doesn't leave the football club at this point. I think that he's, we can learn a lot, and he can move forward tenfold by staying with us a little bit. I said to Tom, I was watching at one point in the game, and there was a phase of play. It was a really nice sequence of play, and it broke down, and the lads turned around, smiled, give each other a wave of appreciation. And this is a group that's really, really enjoying playing together. Despite the numbers, despite the fierce competition for places, despite people being disappointed when they're out of the squad, there's cohesion's good, and it's a good place to be.
Well done today, Abbo. Cheers.
Cheers.